Hello, hello. Welcome back. My name is Tad Scritchfield. Thanks for joining. We are going to be continuing with some Trove development today. And today I want to look at getting a little bit closer to some like usable examples. Um, and I guess what I mean by that is we've kind of hit this 1.0 milestone with some of the basic features, and I'm thinking about how we're going to integrate this at SmartRent, and can't necessarily show you our code, but I'd like to put together some tests within here that are um, like a mock API request and taking the URL params as like string map, getting those into something that Trove will like, and getting the search results back. And I think it's going to reveal some like problems with the API, or just some things that we need like some kinks to iron out. So let me, before we get going here, let me share the stream if I can, and we'll get started. Let me go blank screen here, and this will just take a sec here. Oop. Gotta find the right channel to share it in. Ooh, that's all right. All right, one more share here, and we'll get going. Alrighty, get the screen back here. All right, so again, I'd really like to get closer to like a more real world example of how this is going to be used, and I think that's going to reveal some, I don't want to say issues, but just things that we need to work on and improve. I think we'll copy one of these test files, and then we'll figure out what kind of tests we want to write, and then go from there. But I just want to kind of like look through what we have already, and see, like this search function is the main one that we're using right now in most of the tests, and it's kind of going through and like doing a lot of the work. But I think we're gonna need something that can take in like a string map and translate it to something that we care about. And I think this is something like this validate search thing is something we might use, or like we might have something like this, like a constant that we set that, you pass in like a model and then you say which fields that you want from that to be like searchable. And I mean, with that, we may even have to do like which ones are searchable, which ones are sortable. And then making sure that that's going to work for, like whenever we do relationships, searching by relation fields. And it could follow a similar API to like what I planned here of like, doing this. So then you would do something. I'm not sure. So we'll get there. Maybe it would look like a tuple. So you pass in. Well, maybe you wouldn't need that because this would have the relation. So you would just pass in an array of the fields that you want to allow searching by. The other issue I'm foreseeing is possibly like what is the search on this field, or because we are making this like map, and when we introduce filters like this, like I like or greater than, or I don't know, all those ones, like how does that actually look? Do we want it to be an API like this? Do we do something else possibly? So yeah, we will jump in here. I think this function is kind of like maybe what we'll look towards. So this would be like taking in not just the search terms, but more like not just the search terms, but it would take in like the params from the HTTP request. So let's jump in, and I'm not sure what we'll call this test file, but let's duplicate this one. And we'll call it Trove facsimile or something. Trove. We'll just say request test. And yeah, so in here, I think probably what we'll do is a set up all. And I want to copy some stuff from, I guess these are all inserts. I'm going to copy some of this over here, but I will probably do more things. We'll probably insert some of these logs as well. And I'm not remembering the schema here, or what we have. We have organization. We have a link, like a many-to-many link, organizations and persons. We have a parking spot, which is a vehicle, and it looks like that's another many-to-many. And a person can have a a person can have a vehicle. Yes. Good. Okay. So, person. I'm not sure how deep we can go in this. Let's just try to make us a special person here, where we do repo insert, and we'll go. I guess we'll have to do a similar thing. Sure, we'll go with Ben. We'll take this guy out up here. And we'll go with, I don't know. I can't think of a good. We'll go with another coworker name. Actually, this one would make more sense. Okay. So, we want to add a vehicle on this. Let's see if this will. Of course, it's not formatted. Why is that not? Guess I'll do it my own dang self. There we go. Oh, I guess it's not formatting because it's not gonna compile. Didn't have the end on the function there. Okay, so now I think, I don't know. Vehicles, we're gonna have many vehicles, and then a vehicle could have a parking spot. I don't know how deep we want to go here. We'll just leave it at that for now. Let me take out all these tests. Well, yeah, we don't need to go super deep because we don't have the relationships working yet anyway. So I think we're going to call this like, request, parse basic params, something like that. And, you know, we don't need to set up an entire, you know, server to do this, but we're just going to treat this as like a request facsimile, however you want to put that. So I think we'll just call it like params. And it's given us something decent. But I kind of want to write this out myself. And yeah, that wasn't even correct anyway. So yeah, let's say like we'll just do, for now, we'll do some filters that like a happy path, and then the next one we'll do one that's like it'll make sure to filter out. Maybe we could do it in this one. We'll make sure to filter out all the bad ones, or like ones that don't match. And I'm not sure if like, I think our pattern is usually just to ignore those. So like ignore anything that doesn't match, you know, what we're allowing. So yeah, I guess we'll just say, we'll search for Travis here. Okay. It does seem like the formatter is just like not working. Format. Really? Whatever. Okay, we'll just keep trucking here. So yeah, I guess like, how do we take this and translate it into, you know, what we want with Trove, where we say, I guess we'll do result equals Trove search, and we're passing it something. Let's say search terms, and we don't really care about passing anything else right now. So yeah, oh, I guess we need to pass in like a model. Yeah. Let me just look at one of these other Yo, yo, what's up, Travis? I'm using your name everywhere. Yeah, so how do we want to transform params into search terms, which is an atom map, essentially? So I think we will go with something like this validate search, but we can basically get we can get some fields that we want, and then I guess it would just be top level fields, and then from that list we could turn um, all the strings into those atoms. I think that would probably be the best thing. Um, let's run with that, and we'll try it, and then if it sucks, then we can try something else. So we'll open up the actual Trove module. And let's pick a spot to put this. We kind of have... What's up, Travis? Thank you. I think I'm going to put this kind of right around validate filters. So we're going to say... I don't know if we want to call it validate search. We kind of want to say like... not like get params, but like I guess it'd sort of be like validate filters, validate search. Yeah, I don't know. Let's stick with validate search, and it should return something. So like, well, should be the. Let's see. Should be, maybe we'll do the model, and then this will be params and spec. I'm a slow typer on stream. Forgive me. Do I have a... Oh, I just have any right now. Okay, interesting. And then we do want to map. I wish there was a way to like delineate a string map within Elixir types. But I guess we could just say doc and say like params is a string map filters. I guess we could say or add a map to apply. Yeah. A map of valid search terms to use with okay, maybe I'll spell it right. Interesting. So yeah, I like this idea that I had where we're getting like the allowed filters or something like that. Instead of like a model. Like I guess if you passed in the model, it would just choose all the fields from the model. So we could have two variants of it. Yeah, and I guess this would be like a higher level version of that. So let's instead um, we'll stick with the like allowed list. I don't know what else to call that right now, but we would probably expect you to like we'll use get available filters, I think. Module list. So what is this doing? Filters. So we're passing in. So it is kind of doing some of this work already. Maybe we want basically this, and then it would have to redo it sort of. Let's walk through what this is doing because I can't remember. Get available. So it gets all the fields from the module. Yeah, it creates like basically it allows you to do like variants of things for deeper associations, which we don't care about right now. But then build alternative. So then we validate filters. Which find. Remember, this took some work to figure out. The take deep. Okay, normalize filters. Someone should have written docs for this stuff, man. Let's see here. We'll figure out what this is doing and write something about it. So singular association keys, getting the associations, get singular. Oh, that's right. We had to use a little library to get like plural versus singular, and change those singular association keys. So gets oh, taking a little eye break. Yeah, 3 years ago. I can't believe it's been that long. Versus plural, just to make that clear. And these, hold on. So on all the filters, we're saying if atom exclusively contains finds an atom in a list of atoms that is similar to the given atom, but returns false if the found atom is exactly the same. Interesting. Okay, that name makes sense now. So, yeah, so if it's not exactly the same, but it's the singular version, then we put it in this map. Otherwise, with the parent key, if it's nil, then we pop it in there. Map put what is okay, parent key. Interesting. Get atom suffix. What What is that doing? Oh, if it's like split like that. Okay. That seems like that will not work. Because then that's going to split some of this stuff up, like first name, which isn't a nested query. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. I think we're going to avoid some of that for now. I don't know if we can really. Let me think. So we want to take a list. So maybe oh, you can do that. Okay, let me I feel like I'm not talking super well about what's going on, but I'm trying to it's hard to come up with a plan on stream, frankly. Especially for this, I haven't touched this in quite a while. Like a lot of this deeper code. I think get available filters and then validate. I think, yeah, part of the validation here, take deep. Let's go look at this. So basically we're, hold on, filters, we're getting, we have the list of the module filters and then we're passing in like the module fields. Yeah, and we're passing it into here. But then it gets rearranged right there for some reason. So the first argument is the filters we want, or that we're passing in. See you later, man. And this is the list of the valid ones. So we're just getting a flat list there. We're saying take each one of those from the map. Yeah, so that's only going to work with atoms. An atom list or an atom map. So yeah, what we want to do here is take a string map. I don't even know if it'll be happy about that. We can try that. So what we want to do, yeah, is basically take the allowed list. And I don't know why my brain just needs to do this. So if this is a module, I guess when that I didn't want any of that. I think what I want to call here is this like get available filters. So if you just pass in the module, then it's going to be all of them. And then we can pass that into validate search there. Man, I need to figure out why the formatting is not working. It's pretty annoying. Okay, so now that we have our list, I think we want to do, and this is going to need to be above this one. Now that we have our list, we want to turn all these strings possibly, well, we don't necessarily need to turn them into atoms, but we need to like compare them and then use the atom one and somehow reduce it. So I guess this, let me think. Probably the smaller list is going to be params, and so I guess we could do reduce. I don't just want to take what Copilot's writing here, so reducing on params, this is the initial map. Okay, and we get the key value out of here. So, yeah, the problem with this bit is that enum member, this isn't quite the full story because allowed list is going to be a list of atoms, and this is going to be a string. So I wonder if there's like something with, let's look in enum and see if there's something like member. But we want to, I don't know, like transform the elements. Maybe that's silly. I think probably what we'll have to do is take the allowed list, transform it into a string list, and then make the comparison. I think that's like the baseline. There might be something faster that we could do, but for now, list strings. I guess we're kind of banking on this being a string list, right? But I think that's fine. We do want to say, what does toString do? Kernel. What? That was weird. There we go. Oh, it was like hidden up here. Okay, so it does take that in. Okay, well, one way or another, it will be a list of strings. And I think what we want to do here as well is say toString and pass k in there. As long as toString works on a string. So, oh, sorry, that's my little music thing. And it's playing. So we can say toString. Hello. Perfect. You never know, you know? Okay, so if that's in there, then we do want to put it on the map. Otherwise, we ignore it. Okay. But it's putting it as the key, and so that we want to say toAtom, and I think I thought for sure we had a toAtom. Helper, but maybe Maybe we'll just call it string to atom. I'm not sure. I feel like there's like a warning or something that this brings up. We'll pass in k there and give it the value. I don't think this is like robust enough solution, but I don't know. Basically what this is doing, I forget how. Yes. Yes. I think what we'll do, yeah, there. Yeah, so it's not like going deeper. It's not and we'll add a to do here of recursion to handle nested filters. Yep. Exactly. So I kind of want to look at this again. So we are getting, something out that looks like a filter. And we could pass that to. So I guess let's just go ahead and use this. So yeah. Copilot, when it works, it's nice. Person params. I think that is what we want. And we'll say module doc appear. What do we have in the other? Something else I need to figure out is why mix test watch is not working. Good. Oh, is there? The whole time this formatting has not been working. Let's see, Trove. Oh, look at that. Something else, yeah, seems afoot. Type map 1. Oh. Yeah, what did I see that took in map? Oh, list. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay. There we go. Okay, person is not defined. We probably just didn't alias it. All right, we'll run it now. Trove basic test. What's it saying here? Oh, that's right. You got to return something. There we go. All right. String char is not implemented for. Okay, we definitely did something wrong here. Let's take a look at... Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure this, because that's a tuple. So for every, yeah, um, yeah. So for every relation, it drops into a tuple with nested stuff in there. So I'm not sure if we should. So we're getting the allowed list from get available filters. And that's like adding on all the associations. Yeah, it should, I mean, it should support everything, right? So let's implement this to do, I guess. How do we want to go about this actually? Because in the validate search, I'm just thinking like, if eventually we want to do something like this, are you just gonna have to like build this anyways? But then, how do you make it? How do you make it generic where it's coming from like parameters from a HTTP request? Maybe I don't know if I'm overcomplicating this at all or like just not seeing something. Um, I've been taking a lot of inspiration from this like Ecto Shorts library. Um, I guess, yeah, they have this like creates query from filter. Well, yeah, okay. So, I mean, that's just making ecto filters like this. But yeah, I'd really like to think about I almost feel like you need to define what the searches can be. I guess it's sort of like what we do right now, where we have like a ton of like clauses and everything for each filter, and that kind of defines exactly what each one should be. But it's super verbose, like can be hundreds of lines, depending on how many filters there are. It's at least like bare minimum would be like 3 or 4, I don't know, like 5 lines per filter. But then all the like extra code that gets like copied around to like support all that stuff. So I don't know. Let's open like a new file here just to play around, and I almost feel like we could do something like search definition. And yeah, almost like kind of what this allowed fields is trying to do. Like if we did something like that, search definition, and we pass in the module like person, and then we pass in something like this, or maybe it's a list actually. Maybe let's run with that. I think it would be probably a list like this, where it's like, first name, and then we say that's an I like. And then this could be basically whatever we want it to be. So we can say I like, and maybe it defaults to just searching for the end. So like, or maybe it defaults to like a something like that, where it's generic on both ends. Do you need to do that with I like? I can't remember. But then, like, what would this look like? I guess for exact searches, you could just put in the field name, and it wouldn't have like a child or a value, a value. Trying to think of like some other examples of what we would be doing. Like, what else would you? How else would you be searching? Date between, interesting. Yeah. Hmm. I want to look at some of the examples over here. Yeah, so like in this case, like how would we? I guess that would just be two filters on the same thing, but then I and I guess you could just go like this, and you could just like sort of recursively go through this. Not sure. Yeah, I like, yeah. Okay, I was right there. Um, yeah, we need to think about like lists as well. So like an in filter, but maybe that's like we could say, what else do we have on person? That's it. Let's just redefine first name here. What if this was a list? like where in. Yeah, I don't know. Lots of questions to answer here, and this is exactly why I wanted to jump into this test, is because like this is going to bring up all of these questions, and now we need to figure out how to solve them. Because I mean, this is like, I think this is the real 1.0. Because just searching for basic stuff, while it's kind of nice to do it in this syntax or whatever, where you just pass in like this stuff, and where's like a, here we go, you know, right here. Like that's nice for like extremely basic searches, but we really need these like deeper queries, and maybe some like validation from like HTTP requests. And that's kind of my main goal, I guess, is like to serve from a HTTP request, or just making sure that like the query can be validated before it gets passed into Ecto. So yeah, I don't know. I think I just need to do some more sitting on this. I am a like write something up and then chew on it for a little bit and come back to it. So maybe on Monday we'll come back to this and figure out how we can implement it. Maybe I'll come up with a plan. I see quite a bit of interesting work ahead. Hopefully it's not too terribly confusing. It feels very meta to me right now. So, and just I think part of the problem is like getting back into like what I've already written, and getting familiar with it again. Yeah, and ideally, I think we could turn some of this code into like some macros, and hopefully, some of the benefit that we can get out of that is some like compile time stuff, some compile time like warnings. That would be dope. But I think I'm gonna call it here, and I will talk to you guys soon, and I'll be back. Appreciate you hanging out, and see you later.